good? What's good? Crosswalk, episode 55. I'm Jackson. What's going on with you, bro?
Man, I can't complain, man. It's the week of a numbered card, so you already know what time it is. We in good mood over here, good vibes. Dana White Contender Series starts up tomorrow, and college football is right around the corner, bro. So it's a good time of the year.
Yep, Cross finna enter super streamer mode. He got the super streamer serum. He about to go.
Bro, you already know.
Yeah. So it's episode 55. I know you got a 55. This is a super easy one to come up with, but I'm curious who you came up with.
So episode 55, and like you said, it's a lot of good options. But for me, man, it's gonna take me back to childhood, man. For me, it was Junior Seau. I remember him, playing Mike Backer when he was over at the Chargers. Obviously, goes over to the Dolphins, and then at the tail end of his career, he goes up to New England. Was on the 17-0 team, came up a little short, didn't quite get the Super Bowl. That one kind of gutted me a little bit. But yeah, for me, it's 55, Junior Seau.
That's a good one. And that is actually the first person I thought of. But the next person I thought of is another dominant defensive player. And it's T-Sizzle, Terrell Suggs, Baltimore Raven. Scary individual, man. That's a scary looking dude. But amazing football player. Do you think that he gets into the Hall of Fame?
I think Sizzle does. I think he does. I mean, especially with where the game is going now, offense. I think Sizzle gets in.
Yeah. He just might, man. Great personality too. All right, so lots of stuff to dig into. Just so y'all know, we're going to talk about some UFC stuff. We're also going to talk about some college football because that is right around the corner. That's about to start. So we were going to dig into the ACC first, but starting off in the UFC this past weekend, not a lot of big names on the card, but a massive performance by one particular person. But before I even get into that, because I'm forecasting what I think you're going to say, but who was your MVP for this particular fight night?
I mean, I think this is an easy one, but the MVP of the card for me was Quillan Salkilld. Going in there facing a top 10 opponent, Mateusz Gamrot, gets him out of there in the first round. We haven't seen that in the UFC. We've seen nobody go in there, get Gamrot out that quickly and by submission and having to deal with all the wrestling and grappling of Gamrot. He definitely made a statement. And I mean, seeing him in there, bro, you can see how massive he is at lightweight. And he's going to be a problem. And, man, I think they need to go ahead and give him somebody in the top 5. And I think I got a really good name for him in the next fight. But for me, the MVP, Quillan Salkilld.
Yeah, I mean, it's no doubt. It's Quillan Salkilld. I even before this, I thought that he was going to be a star. But obviously, this was a massive test. And even in losing this, I don't think Gamrot loses his place of being kind of the gatekeeper of the top 5. But nobody does that to Salkilld. To Gamrot like that. Like you said, Charles Oliveira couldn't get him out of there in one round. So yeah, Quillan has. The world is his oyster. But who did you have him matched up against?
Man, I think it slides in perfectly. You can do Quillan Salkilld, Benoit Saint Denis. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
BSD's coming off that loss his last fight, so he's got to fight down. And I mean, it makes sense to me. What about you? What you think?
Yeah, man. Just from a matchup standpoint, who's matched up with who? Obviously Max doesn't have a matchup, but I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. But that being said, I think that Quillan against BSD is the appropriate fight for both of them at this point. BSD needs a big win, and Quillan, that's a stepping stone. So, yeah, I like that a lot. Look at Grimy already in there. You see Grimy with his top 4?
Bro, Grimy has been on me about we got to talk about college football on Crosswalk, bro. He's been on me for weeks now, bro.
Yeah. Well, I see Lane in the chat. Yeah.
Hey, all the OGs in here.
Gas Ninja. Yeah.
Tone, everybody. Hey, yo, good to see everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. Masters in here.
Yeah.
Yo, we appreciate it big time, more than y'all realize, for real.
For sure, for sure. All right. So who's your stock up on in this outside of Quillan Salkilld? Stock up.
My stock up for this past weekend's card was Ty Miller. I thought he looked really good. The hands, the combination of boxing looks really good. I know, he's an Albuquerque guy, so the cardio is really going to be there for him. And I can see him using the volume and the output to really get the guys. Yeah. And I think he's only like 26 years old. So, I mean, he's got a lot more left to learn, develop. And I think the future's pretty bright for him.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man. And he did look good. My stock up was somebody I didn't pick, but I only didn't pick her because I had to pick a dog of the week. That's the only reason I didn't. But Alexia Thanara, I think that she's up for bigger fights in the division. I mean, she's basically taking Amanda Lemos's spot as a person who's going to be, pushing towards a title. Lemos, her time up there is done at this point. So it wasn't necessarily a dominant win because Lemos had her moments too. Because, I mean, Lemos was throwing some massive haymakers towards the end. I thought and she clipped her. She knocked her down and everything, but Thanara got back on it. So, but I do think that she's going to do some pretty good things in the division. What about
who's your
stock down?
I was just about to ask you, who's your stock down?
Okay, yeah. This one, this guy looks the part. He looks like he's supposed to be good, but it just don't never go right for him. And it's Guillermo Pat. Like, because if you were to see them,
thought that fight was kind of good though.
It was. It really was. He was doing some good things, man, but he can't fight a full fight. And yeah, he made Asplin look better than maybe Asplin is. I don't know. We'll see. And I heard Asplin kind of call out and then kind of retract his call out for what's his name? Fat boy. Former light heavyweight champion, Jamal Hill. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did see that. Yeah.
Gazin just brought up Sutherland. That's a good one too. But Guillermo Pat, man, he looks like an action hero with no action. Who's your stock down on?
Man, just like what people in the chat talking about, Louis Sutherland. That's my stock down, bro. Like he got submitted so quickly. And when he tapped out, the dude didn't even have a choke locked up. He was like switching it and Buddy tapped out. And I'm like, you occasionally see that when guys are a little tired and they'll tap kind of quick, but this is in the first round. This is like in like a minute, 2 minutes. And that was just not a good look at all. And yeah, man, for me it's Louis Sutherland.
Yeah, man. I thought that he was going to have a little bit more heart. He showed more heart in the last fight that he was in, and just yeah. Gazin just said Asplin is a G. He is. Yeah. I like his attitude. I like his personality. But we'll see how far he goes. Speaking of, I'm curious, just specifically on this. Who do you think the Asplin should fight? Man, heavyweight is a very shallow division.
Yeah, you're right. And to be honest, man, he might just get somebody in the top 15 too. Because I mean, the division is so shallow.
Yeah.
Man, you could do him with like Mick Parkin.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, it'd be interesting because of that personality, man. It's because of his personality. Yeah. Josh, you know what? If Asplin was more evolved as a fighter, if he was further along, him against Josh Hocker would be so fun to watch, just because of the talking. Yeah, that would be extremely fun. Gaz Ninja brought up Lewis. That's terrible.
I will say this though, I think that'll be pretty entertaining too. honestly, because I mean, you got two sound bites and two personalities right there. I think that'd be very entertaining.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's actually switch to UFC 330. Obviously, that's a big fight card coming up, and obviously headlined by Islam Makhachev against Ian Garry. But who do you think, or what fight do you think is the sleeper fight on the card?
My sleeper fight on the card is Jalen Turner, Cal Fernandez. I think that's going to be fireworks. Cal Fernandez, brutal low kicks. Jalen Turner, massive striker. Always in entertaining fights. I think this is very good matchmaking. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, both guys throw really heavy shots, and I'm expecting fireworks on that one. What about you?
Oh man, I think that one's going to be a good fight too. I actually think that this fight, it's championship fight. It shouldn't be a sleeper, but nobody's going to pay attention to it because it's a women's fight. I think the Mackenzie Dern fight against Gillian Robertson is going to be pretty interesting for the reason that both of them are high level grapplers, and that's bread and butter. So, with the way that Mackenzie strikes, and she actually has some pretty good power, I think she might find a way to finish this fight. And we don't see a lot of finishes in the women's division. So I think that that's one that may go under the radar. Yeah, I mean, ain't no may. It's going to go under the radar because nobody paying attention to it. Yeah. What's a fight that you think won't make it to the judges?
A fight that won't make it to the judges. Esteban Rivas, Edson Barboza. I think it's one of those. They set it up where the young takes out the old, man. They send in Barboza in there against Rivas, and I don't know, man. I think this might be it for Edson. I mean, he's been in the UFC for a while now. You know, longer than two, because I think he's like 40 now. Yeah, I think that's one where it's not going to go to the scorecards.
Yeah, I agree. Look at this. See, Tone know what's up, man. Tone know. I mean, put this up here. See, agreed, Jax. I'm looking forward to that Dern and Gillian fight. It might be just me and you, but somebody look.
Grimy gonna be watching for the camera angles.
Yeah, he make sure he keeps his pants on when he's watching. But I would say the fight that won't make it to the judges is Bang Bang, Chidi Njokuani against Joel Alvarez, which it was hard not to pick that as my sleeper of the card, but I mean, dude, and Alvarez is taking it on short notice, ain't he?
Yep.
So, yeah, dude, there's no way this makes it to the end. Both of them are too finish oriented for this to go to the end. So,
and neither one of them is like too defensively sound. Like, they're gonna be standing right in front of each other, man, just unloading shots. So, yeah, that's gonna be some violence right there.
Agreed. All right. Let me see, what other fight here do we want to point out? Because we pointed out. I was curious what you thought about that Mansour Abdul Malik against Dustin Stoltzfus fight.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't have too high expectations for the fight. I think it's just one of those fights that's kind of just a filler on the card. But I mean, Abdul Malik, I mean, honestly, I feel like after, like, he kind of hit a lull after the Nick Klein win, where he had to draw against Cody Brundage and then lost to Yusri Belgori. Stoltzfus, I mean, the guy's 2-3 in his last 5, so I don't know really what we expect from him. But I don't know. Maybe this can be the matchup that Abdul Malik needs to get back on track and get some of that momentum he had a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to be, you know, when it feels like when the UFC brings in black dudes that look the part, they expect them to come in here and start starching people. And when it don't happen, they like, we thought. And that's kind of where this is going. But I don't know, man. It may be super boring, or Malik may get him out of there. I don't know.
Yeah. He needs to. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, he does. You talking about you talking about Neil Magny against Ramiz
Mm-hmm.
Brahimaj. I Neil Magny, those are the fights that he be winning. Those are the very
Real
fights
talk.
that he wins. So I'm hard pressed to pick against him, but he is older, so we'll see. But yeah, those are the fights that he normally wins. All right, let's move to UFC 331. UFC 331 headlined by Joshua Van against Alexandre Pantoja. They running that back, a healthy Pantoja. Before I even ask the question, like the odds right now, at least that they show it on the UFC site, are even. I'm very surprised by that. I don't know what the odds are, but just the fact that they're showing it was at any point is very interesting to me. Do you think that should be the case, or should Pantoja be a big favorite?
I don't think Pantoja should be a big favorite because, I mean, coming back off the injury, and Joshua Van has earned so much respect in the UFC amongst the fans, and he definitely has earned it for sure. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened the first time they fought, but you know, Joshua Van, he just did what he did, and you know, Pantoja got hurt. But I do think that Van's going to be a lot more confident coming into this fight than he was the first fight. And I think it's going to make for, like, let's say, for instance, the first fight, like, unfolded and played out. I think this fight is going to be better than what that could have potentially have been, just because I think Van's coming in with so much more confidence.
Yeah. I think that title defense definitely gave him all kinds of confidence. And who was it that said it? Teddy Atlas said that a fighter is 30% better once they win the belt. And I mean, actually, I believe that. And a lot of that has to do with confidence. Lazy Bed or Toron in here. What's going on?
Man, it's good to see all y'all in here for real.
Yeah. Toron's picking Pantoja. It's not. I mean, that's smart.
Yeah. No, there is no bad choice in that fight.
No, not at all. UFC 331 as a whole is just like card to me. I mean, by far, it's not even close. The fact they got Giga Chikadze against Joe Anderson Brito on the early prelims, like, that's a really good fight. I think it's a really stacked card. But what is your fight that your sleeper fight on the card?
Sleeper fight for me, the one I'm really excited about, Alonzo Menifield, Iwo Baranowski, man. Like, hey, his first fight in the UFC, Iwo Baranowski, bro, I'm a fan. Sign me up anytime this dude step in there. It's must-see TV, all action, all gas, no breaks. And Menifield, I mean, bro, he got power. So, I mean, you know, Baranowski might get into a firefight and somebody might get knocked out. So I think that's going to be a super explosive fight. What about you?
Well, that was my sleeper fight on the card. but I'll pick another one. I think Patricio Pitbull against Doo Ho Choi. Doo Ho Choi is never in a boring fight. Already in the Hall of Fame for a fight. So there's no way that fight is boring at all. Doo Ho Choi is not going to allow it. But I agree with you on Iwo and Menifield. If Menifield fights like he did in the last fight, I mean, I think he gives himself a better chance in this fight. But Iwo's not a person that's going to be in boring fights either. And matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he's going to knock Menifield out.
Yeah, bro. He kind of like took the mantle for Poland and just was like, I'm the new guy from Poland, and I'm putting the whole country on my back.
Yeah, he got that new Polish power. So what's a fight that you think won't make it to the judges?
Tai Tuivasa, Robelis Despain.
Yeah.
I think Tai Tuivasa is coming here to get slimed out by Robelis Despain.
Why did they do that to him, man? That's so wrong. It's like they hate him, man. That was wrong, bro. Wrong. Gaz Ninja said that Choi is too good for Pitbull. I agree, man. He ain't got better.
I agree with that too, Jazz Ninja.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's already on a 6-fight losing streak, and you put him up against a dude who all he does is knock people out.
Yeah, and it's gonna be beautiful to watch because Despain will come in there with his hands down. Tuivasa gonna be doing this thing, and he gonna get clipped, bro.
Hey, what if Tuivasa knocks him out though?
I'm gonna be honest. If Tuivasa knocks out Despain, I think a lot of people just gonna be laughing at it. Like Despain, how does this happen? You're gonna have like an 8-9 inch reach advantage,
dude. That would be wild. That would be so wild. What's up, John Dong? That would be insane. But those are the types of things that Tuivasa ends up doing, which is weird.
Real talk.
But who knows? My fight that won't make it to the judges is Renato Moicano against Brian Ortega.
You think Moicano gets Ortega up out of there?
I think he gets him out of there.
Oof.
I think he does. Yeah. And I think Ortega is not long for this organization.
I mean, he's been so inactive for so many years, too.
That's a big part of it. That's a big part of it. They're not getting their bang for their buck when it comes to him. You see what Gas Ninja just said?
Let me see what he said. And bro, we gotta touch the co-main. We gotta talk about the co-main. We gotta talk about the co-main.
Of course. That's a big fight, man. So we got Arman Sarukian fighting Mauricio Hufi in a fight that probably shouldn't be happening. But still exciting for us. First of all, how do you feel about it happening, like in general?
So, I mean, I understand why it's happening because, I mean, I think we all understood it was supposed to be Arman Sarukian against Charles Oliveira too. Charles Oliveira's teammate dies in his sleep, and Oliveira has to pull out of the fight, and they go to Hufi. I think it's a big opportunity for Hufi. It's one of those things where he going up against one of the better grapplers in the division. He kind of got exposed against BSD, so it's definitely a concern for him. But at the same time, man, as a up and coming guy, this is what you want: a big opportunity. You go in there and get a win, and you are instantly in the title picture. Instantly. So I think it's an exciting place for Hufi. But we're going to see if his takedown defense and his grappling can hold up against Arman Sarukian, because we know what that game plan is going to be.
Yeah. Totally agreed. I mean, it's just, I just feel so bad for Arman, man, because it's like, what does he have to do to prove that he can be reliable? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's got the wrestling match, too, against Dylan Dennis coming up. Yeah. So, I mean, he's staying.
And this fight's 5 rounds, too.
Dude, like, he's doing crazy stuff to his body right now. And he lost against Colby Covington in the grappling match or wrestling match not too long ago. Like, he's been all over the place. But, I mean, if Arman can get a hold of him, then, I think this fight is one-way traffic. But if Hufi can keep it standing, obviously, because of the nature of who Hufi is and how he fights, he's been training to keep it standing his whole career. So if he's able to keep it standing, man, he's going to make it very, very interesting. But yeah, that's a massive fight. If Hufi wins, do you think that he is the obvious next shot for the lightweight belt? Or do you think it's just too convoluted up there?
I'm not going to say he's the obvious guy, but I think he definitely is in front of some other names, especially if he goes out there and he finishes Arman Sarukian, especially if he finishes him. I mean, you still got Patty that's going to be in there. You got Max that's going to be in there. Oliveira that's in there. And Gaethje got history with all 3 of them. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction they go in. But this opportunity is a big opportunity for Hufi. Big opportunity.
Agreed. All right, let me dig into these comments real quick because they're going off over here. I didn't know that Dakota broke both her hands.
Yeah, I saw that.
How you break both of them?
Bro, I don't know.
Was she throwing a fireball? Like, what's she doing?
Apparently. And matter of fact, the fight before her last one, she broke one of her hands.
And they said she wants to retire young to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right, Master. She's never come to the UFC at this rate. And the UFC done missed out on a good one.
Yep. Unfortunately.
You see, Gasman just said Armin only has himself to blame. And Lane said, and Nina.
And Nina. Oh, I like that. I like that.
Grimy said you already know who's getting the next shot. So this must be a conversation.
Bro,
who he
bro,
say?
Grimy has been on me for like multiple weeks now. He just has said it. Usman Nurmagomedov coming over and getting a title shot off rip. He said it multiple times to me.
Immediate?
How likely do you think it is that happens?
He's not coming over getting an immediate title shot.
That's what I was thinking.
No, like they've done those things before, but it's in different, not a premier weight class. Mm-hmm. Like they did that for what Kai Sakura came straight over
at flyweight. Yep.
Shot. But no, no, nobody comes in and just walks straight to the title. But if Usman does come over, I do think he'll get a top 5 fight. I do think that. And honestly, I could see, let's say Dan Hooker beats old boy Parnas. Let's say he does. I could see them, because Hooker's like the welcome wagon. He did it for Chandler. He's doing it for this guy. I can see them up against and them. Hey, if you beat Usman, we'll give you a title shot. I can see that.
Yeah, makes sense. So, definitely makes sense.
Yeah. And
also on 331, Gable Stevenson back in there too.
Yeah, man.
Second fight in the UFC.
Quick turnaround.
I think it's gonna be another short night out. I don't even think this one's gonna be as competitive as the first fight was.
Yeah, I mean, at least the dude
against
got a picture.
Sean Sharaf.
Good. Yeah, he's got a picture. I mean, he's a blob, but he got a picture though. Yeah, Gable's gonna destroy this man. He's gonna destroy that man. Master said that Dakota she'd make way more money in the UFC brand and popularity by far. I believe that. I do believe that. But she ain't got her hands. She can't stay healthy, and she got 4 fights left. I don't know how she gets here.
Yeah. Bro, she got to do what Kayla Harrison did and just lose, drop a fight, and then you're a free agent.
Yeah, true. Speaking of, so the 332 got announced in Salt Lake City, and which I called, by the way. I did call that.
Yep, you did. Early. You did. Respect.
So, who do you think will be headlining that one?
It's tough because the fight card for October, which actually the Salt Lake card is the beginning of October. I think the end of the month they're gonna go to Abu Dhabi, and I think I got some ideas for that one. But the Salt Lake card is tricky because I don't think they're gonna do a heavyweight fight there at altitude. So I would think it's probably going to be welterweight and under for his title fights. I don't think Oldberg, definitely he's still hurt. Not going to be him.
I know. I got a process of elimination there to get to it.
I mean, really, I think the only options are Merab, Jan, Trilogy, or Volk and Movsar. I think those are your 2 options.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to me, because when I did the process of elimination on it, like I came down to Jan and Merab, Volk, Movsar. You could say Valentina against Natalia Silva, but that's not going to headline. And then obviously Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane. There's no telling when or if that is ever going to happen. Carlos Oldberg, like you said, he's injured. Sean Strickland could, but who is he fighting? So like it almost has to be Peter Yan against Merab. Peter Yan's coming off that back surgery that was 10 months ago. So is he
But
completely healthy?
I did just see a clip of him though, like in the gym, like training hard. So it's looking like he's ready. And I think they're gonna do heavyweight in Madison Square Garden in November. If I had to pick a spot for the heavyweight, I think that's where they'll do that.
That makes sense. I think they try to go heavyweight, or is a heavier weight in Madison Square Garden, if they can. So yeah, I'm gonna be Jan against Marab. I think that's the one.
Lazy says Jan Marab for 333. Yeah, I can see that too. You know what? I like Volk Evloev there better.
Volk did say he's in camp. He is in training camp right now.
Yeah.
So it could be that. So Lazy said Jan and Marab is looking like 33 in Abu Dhabi, and Volk versus Evloev, the main
for the main at 333. Yeah.
Why would we do both?
You kind of have to, or because I mean they're not going. I don't think they're going to do a women's title fight in the co-main in Abu Dhabi.
That's true.
Exactly. We ain't gonna get none of that in Abu Dhabi, bro. That ain't happening over there.
That's true. Do they need two championship fights though?
I think for Abu Dhabi they do, because Abu Dhabi pays the UFC so well for them to come over there every year. Because you think about it, we go back and always look at the Abu Dhabi cards, brother. Abu Dhabi cards are always stacked, always.
Yeah, I mean the Volk Evloev one definitely makes sense especially for Volk from a time zone perspective. It's easier for them to fight in that time zone. I remember Robert Whitaker saying something about that. So that definitely makes sense, but it still leaves 332 completely naked.
Yeah. For real. I think you're kind of right. We gonna have to 332 is gonna be where we get one of the female title fights.
What we could do, and this is the last speculation, is maybe Charles is okay by then. I know he's going through a lot. Maybe we get that BMF title defense there. We've had
that makes sense too.
Defense there before when Dustin fought
Gaethje.
Yeah, and Dustin got knocked out. So yeah, that could be the case. But
bro, and some wild stuff happens in Salt Lake too. When the UFC goes there, something always happens, bro. Always.
Yeah, that's Don Edwards.
And it's usually head kicks
situation. Yeah, head kicks.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get out there, man. Promote that brand.
For real. Reporting live.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's flip over to some college football. You know what I need to do is I need to really some of these themes to come in. You know what I'm saying? When we switch over to something and play some music real quick, I'm gonna work on
that. That's the next step. That's the next step. That's the evolution right there.
Yeah. Oh wait, before I jump into that, Lazy said, can tell you they're targeting Amanda versus Kayla and Tom versus Cyril 2 for MSG.
That makes sense.
Totally makes sense. Makes sense.
That definitely makes sense.
All right. So today we're going to talk about the ACC and give our top 4 teams. We're going to give the storylines, players to watch, what they have to overcome, and next to watch for each of those teams. So you want to alter, or how you want to do it?
We can alternate. We can do one team at a time.
Okay.
And I'll give you the honors. I'll let you go first.
Okay, cool. This is an easy one. Number 1 is easy. Number 1 is Miami by far. It's not even close. Coming off, being in the national championship, losing, but they got in the national championship. But one of the storylines that actually popped out to me, and I think you'll have a good one too, is Miami has never won an ACC title.
Yep.
That is
since joining the league.
Rising. They have since joining the league in 2004, they've never won an ACC title, which is crazy. The players to watch, in my opinion, obviously Malachi Tony, All-American, Mark Fletcher Jr., and Bryce Fitzgerald. Yeah, I mean, they have so many players on their team that's going to make it to the NFL, man. So, but those
Yeah.
are the three that stood out to me. What they have to overcome is they have massive expectations, and I do feel like this iteration of the Hurricanes, when they have high expectations, they seem to falter.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see how it goes now. And then obviously they have a new QB.
Yep.
Now
Mental.
their QB won the ACC title
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
year, but he is new and he has to get his timing and all that good stuff correct with with the offense and some bits to fill with Carson Beck. So Carson Beck being gone, so that's a big hurdle that they have to overcome. And then the game to watch, man, the one that stood out to me. Funny enough, I feel like Miami actually kind of almost has a soft schedule for Miami for a team ranked that high. I think they kind of have a easier schedule. But the game that stood out was the game where they go to South Bend and play Notre Dame.
Yep. Yep.
I think that's going to be a tough game depending on how Notre Dame comes out this year. So who's your number?
So my number one team in the ACC, I'm right there with you, man. The Miami Hurricanes, like no secret. I mean, they lost 9 guys to the draft last year, so that tells you there's a lot of talent on that team. They lost 2 edge rushers, probably a franchise right or left tackle. So they do have some pieces that they got to fill in for. But I think the player to watch for them is Darian Mensah, the quarterback that came over from Duke. I think as he goes is how the team goes. Like, for me, they got playmakers everywhere. You know, Malachi Tony in the slide. He going to make all the plays in the world. Turn around. Fletcher going to do his thing. He going to go for over 1,000, do his thing. And I really like what Mario Cristobal is doing down there. I mean, the brand of football they play will always work. They run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, and very physical. It's a good brand of football to watch. And I'll give you a couple more matchups to watch for them. They go to Clemson, and then obviously the big rival game when Florida State comes to town. I don't think Florida State's going to be much this year, but it's a rivalry game, and anything can happen in rivalry games. But yeah, those 3 games at Clemson, at Notre Dame, and then the Florida State game at home are the big ones for me. And just like you said, like, it's been a while since the U has come into the year with all these expectations, and we're just gonna see if they can live up to it.
Yeah. All right. No, I'm gonna talk about some more. We got some more. Just wait. My number 2. I hope being a homer on this, but I actually think that they really gonna be good.
I know where you're going.
SMU, man. SMU.
Yeah.
Maybe the school that my daughter goes to next year. I don't know. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
But
and people got to remember, bro, SMU's been to the playoffs.
Yeah, they have. Now they got whoops, but they was there. They was there.
Yeah, they made it.
So storyline for me, man, the number one storyline in being in the Metroplex, like, you can see it all over the place, man. Billboards and everything. Kevin Jennings for them is everywhere. Everywhere.
Yep.
And he has a legit chance to actually do it. Because of the players to watch. You got him, PJ Williams, Kendrick Raphael. Like, they have a stout line, and all their top tier players, in my opinion, are on the offensive side of the ball. So they're going to put up points, but that actually leads me to what they have come is anytime they have a key game, defense is unbelievably suspect. Every time, every single time. And the game that actually stands out to me for them is their game where they go to Louisville. SMU tends to play, I guess you could say, play down to their competition, but Louisville is going to be a good team this year. But I think they play down to their competition when they go on the road, and no matter where they're ranked, they have trouble when they travel. So I think that Louisville game is going to be very pivotal, not only to SMU, but to Kevin Jennings individually in his Heisman campaign. So we'll see how that goes. But who did you have number 2?
So I'm gonna go a little different than you, even though SMU is in my top 4. I'm going with the Louisville Cardinals. Just like you said, that matchup when SMU goes to Louisville, for me, that's gonna be to get that other spot into the ACC championship game. I really like what Jeff Brom is doing up there at Louisville, his alma mater. Players to watch: Isaac Brown, the running back. Really looking forward to him. Quarterback is a backup transfer from Ohio State. So I'm expecting, Brom to have those guys ready to play. They like, even when he was at Purdue, man, he was feeling really good teams up there at Purdue. Like I'm a big believer in Jeff Brom. For me, they're big games for me. They got a big neutral site game week 1. This isn't going to have any bearing on the ACC, but this is going to be a big playoff barometer. And if they win it, if they're going to make a statement, they got Ole Miss week 1. Bro, it's a statement opportunity. If they go and get that win week 1, I think it just puts so much wind in their sails for the rest of the year, and they can just ride that momentum to the ACC title game.
Yeah, no, great point. That is a great point. It's interesting because my number 3 is Louisville. And I actually debated having them at 2 because of the nature of their team and a lot of stuff that you said I actually had as well. Interesting about Louisville is, and we'll have a comparison to them for me later on, is the fact that they have so many transfers. Like they hit the portal and they use it. But that also is something that they have to overcome, is they have to take, all of spring to try to integrate all of those new players into what they're doing. And that can be an obstacle in of itself. But another player to watch that I had was their edge rusher, Cleve Lubin. I think that dude's a problem, man. I think he's going to end up going in the first round of the draft next year if he has a good year this year. But yeah, that's my game to watch. Miss, they got to get out the gates. If they could beat Ole Miss, and Ole Miss going to be good.
Yes. Trinidad James Chambliss going to be back in the building, man. And Keywan Lacey, Ole Miss going to be for real, dog. Dude, for real.
I mean, Ole Miss can win the whole thing. They can win the whole thing. So if Louisville can come out there and beat Ole Miss, and times are different now. If you lose one game, you're not out of it. So if they go in there and they have a close game, a good showing, and they still have a really good season afterwards, it's not going to hurt as much. But if they go out there and beat Ole Miss, boy,
statement made
for sure. Who did you have at number 3?
So I got your number 2 team. I'm going with SMU. I like Rhett Lashley. I liked him when he was the offensive coordinator at Auburn under Gus Malzahn. I like what they do offensively. They give you a lot of different things to defend, and they go up tempo. I think Kevin Jennings is a freak athlete at quarterback, running, throwing, cannon for an arm. I definitely think SMU is going to be a player late in the year. And just like you already mentioned at the Louisville game, so I'm not even going to mention that. I think a big one for them is they go to Notre Dame too, November 21st. It's going to be a little cold. We're going to see how the Texas guys like the cold into November. Because I think that's probably going to be like a play-in game potentially for the playoffs. They can go in there and get a win over Notre Dame.
That's true. That's a big game too. It's a really big game. I'm sure at that point of the college football playoff, like that's going to factor in quite a bit. Grimy said, "All go, dude." I be wanting to call him Trinidad James too.
Bro, he need to embrace it, bro. He need really to embrace it, man.
He needs to.
Don't believe me? Just watch.
For real. Okay, number 4, I got Clemson. And this is a far fall from grace, man, for Clemson. I debated Virginia. I saw somebody mention Virginia earlier, but I'm going to I guess give Dabo Swinney a little bit of grace when it comes to how he put his football team together. He's embraced the portal a little bit more, which I think that's why the team has fallen off. is he took a hard stance against the transfer portal, and we see the results. But the thing that stayed up as far as the storyline is they got a really tough schedule, and I think they have a low tier QB when it comes to when you compare it to the rest of the ACC. Players to watch, man. They got two really, really good wide receivers. Brian Wesco Jr. From Midlothian.
He can fly too, bro.
He played right down the street, bro. Right down the street from me. I seen him.
Yeah,
play.
He got some jets, bro.
It's funny when you see these players in high school. When you see a player in high school that you're like, this dude is way, way, way better than everybody else. Like I remember seeing Cedric Benson in high school. I was like, this isn't fair.
Yeah.
This isn't fair.
Yeah.
And Wesco Jr., when he was running, you're like, okay, yeah, I see it. But they had him, TJ Moore, Sammy Brown, not to be played with either. But they have a brand new offensive line. That's something that I feel like they're really, really gonna have to overcome. And the game that stands out to me, bro, is they got to go at LSU.
Death Valley. They go to the real Death Valley.
Yeah. From one Death Valley to another. Yeah, they got to go to LSU. That's how much they're gonna lose by is really what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest. Like my issue with Clemson is I think they went like 7-6 last year, and they had like 8 or 9 guys get drafted off that team, bro. They got talent, they just can't put it together. And now they bringing in Chad Kelly, the old OC. When I don't know if a lot of y'all in the chat probably remember the name Taj Boyd when he was at Clemson at quarterback. Yeah, that's when Chad Morris was the OC. He goes to Arkansas as a head coach, and that was just an utter disaster. So now Dabo's bringing him back in to Clemson to see if they can turn back the hands of time and get Clemson back to where they were going to be. I think it's going to be tough, though. I don't know if I see them getting back to where they were. I think they can be competitive, but I don't think if I can see them getting over the hump, though. I do like Virginia a little bit, just like what Grimey's saying, because of the schedule. Like, scheduling matters so much when it comes to this stuff. Because, I mean, just like last year, Miami makes it to the national championship game. They ain't even playing the ACC championship game. And they were the only ACC team to get in the playoff. So, I mean, for me, like the 4 spot, it was a toss-up between Clemson and Virginia for me, and I ultimately went with Virginia.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Virginia, like you said, the schedule, I did look at their schedule, and I was like, I mean, you never know with these two. But Virginia does have a little bit easier path to get there. But, I mean, so let me ask you this before we jump off of here. Does the ACC get 1 team in the playoff or 2 teams?
All right, so 12 spots. I think the Big Ten will get 4. I think the SEC will get 4, maybe even 5. ACC champion will get in. Big 12 champion again. That's 10 right there. Notre Dame gets in. So I'm going to say only 1 ACC team gets in.
The champion, yeah. So Miami got to win it this year.
Yep. Because Notre Dame's getting in this year, boys. Like with that schedule they got, Notre Dame's getting in the playoffs.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, Notre Dame, they got to figure something out. They can't just cakewalk into these places. I like Notre Dame. You hate Notre Dame.
That is exactly what they are about to do. They are about to cakewalk straight into the playoffs this year. I'm going to be so annoyed. Every week we're going to have to talk about it because I cannot stand Notre Dame, dog. It's going to be so annoying, too.
Why you hate Notre Dame like this?
Really, the thing with Notre Dame is like I got some people close to me, huge Notre Dame fans. So you already know what time it is, like with them talking so much trash. And then like we blew them out a few times a few years ago. So that's been thoroughly enjoyable. But my issue with Notre Dame is join a conference.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going to be an independent? You play Army, Navy, Air Force every year, and you got 3 easy wins every year. And then they'll play like 3-4 teams out of ACC. Yeah, they'll play one good one occasionally here and there, but that's been my biggest thing with Notre Dame. Join a conference.
Which conference?
I think they're a natural fit in the Big Ten. Like, I don't think they want to come down to the SEC. They don't want them problems, bro. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. Go to the Big Ten. Like, they'll do much better up there with the Big Ten, because if they come to the SEC, bro, they're gonna get beat up week to week, man. It's a different type of grind in the South.
I think if Notre Dame goes into the Big Ten, man, they don't see the playoff for a while. I don't think they make.
Really?
I can't see them. I think they struggle with so many teams in the Big Ten. So many. Yeah.
You think they do better than the SEC?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
No, I do not. No, I think that they know that. I think that their best bet is to try to join the ACC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seemed like everybody trying to leave the ACC, though.
It's a good time to get in. It's a good time. Okay. So what conference you want to do next? You want to do Big Ten? You want to go in?
Yeah, we can do the Big Ten next week. We can do the Big Ten next week. I know Grimy gonna be in here as soon as the stream start next week, so you can hear about the Big Ten. And I'm just gonna be dreading this, talking about the Big Ten, but especially when we get to Michigan, they're definitely not gonna be in my top 4 teams in the Big Ten. Just giving you a heads up. Nah, I'm just playing. They may or may not make my top 4, Grimy, but yeah, we can do the Big Ten next week.
Big Ten will work. Klaus said Sun Belt. Man, they'll win the Sun Belt. They'll win the Sun Belt. I give them that. They'll win the Sun Belt. They'll win the American. I'll give them that. They'll lose some games in the MAC. I think they'll lose two games in the MAC.
Bro, it was not that long ago. Like, Southern Illinois went into South Bend and took them to double overtime not too long ago.
Yeah, that's true. Funny things happen. Appalachian State, you never know. But okay, cool. All right, before we jump off of here, I know you got some streaming to do. So you got
yes, sir. So chat,
let us know
on the
schedule.
lookout tomorrow night. We got week 1 Dana White's Contender Series. Be there, be in the chat. We're gonna have a ball. Y'all already know what time it is. Then we got UFC. We got a number card this weekend, so you know I'm gonna be there for that. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate it more than y'all realize.
For sure. All right, y'all. Until next time, we will holler at y'all boys.
Peace.
Thanks for watching Crosswalk. Come back next Monday to chop it up.
So please, sa whatever.